Hello, and welcome to another episode of the 8-Bit SaltPitt. I think Corey's going to murder me tonight. If you're watching the video, you'll be able to see. Yeah, he's crazy eyeing me. Anyways, I'm the Salt.
And I am the Pit. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry for last episode. It would appear that our microphones didn't work, so you were just hearing the video audio, which was weird because we're talking into our mics. And we're just like talking, and you just hear us from over there, which was weird.
Hopefully it'll be better tonight.
Yes, that's very true. You know, apparently in podcasts, you're not really supposed to say a lot.
Really?
Yeah, you're supposed to speak with confidence. So us going all the time makes us look severely unprofessional.
What other word can we use besides
You don't use
Yeah, but there's got to be like a filler word, right?
No, you don't fill words ever.
No?
No. Yeah.
No, I can't just be like Sacagawea.
You know, maybe you could try that tonight. Sacagawea. Sacagawea.
Corey, what are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about me and my baby.
Oh.
PlayStation 1 games, which is actually not my baby because I actually never owned a PS1 myself. I just played a lot of it, friends' houses and whatnot.
Yeah, you were poor.
I was poor.
Yeah.
It's true. Turns out when, the whole budget of your childhood goes into your parents' drugs, you don't have
dude.
You don't have a lot of money to buy anything else. Sorry, Mom. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Yeah. The reason being, I don't want to get my ass kicked.
PS1.
So, what are we talking about?
PS1.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, the PlayStation, as we kind of mentioned in the last episode with Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy VII coming out, it was very pivotal in the video game world where 3D graphics not only kind of got better, but the games were more expansive using discs. A lot of games of the time used 4 PlayStation discs.
Which was crazy.
It is crazy. Like but you know what? It was a large sense of accomplishment when you would finish as like enter disc 2. It's like, oh, it's getting real. Like we're getting to the real meat and potatoes of the game. And then by the time you're on like disc 4, you're like pumped. Because I know like Legend of Dragoon, we've talked about before. If I recall, one of the end of the discs, especially like Final Fantasy VIII, like there's several games like this where you beat like a super epic boss,
and then insert
disc 2, 3, whatever, and then like there's a crazy fucking cutscene right afterwards, and it's like fucking poggers.
Well, they were basically putting all that data, which I mean, looking back, it was only like 3 gigs, but all that data on what counted to a CD.
Yeah.
So they had to,
but it was very cool.
I do have a fun fact about the PlayStation that just dawned on me. Do you know how PlayStation came to being?
No.
I think everybody kind of does, but
I have no idea. So.
Oh, okay. So PlayStation and Nintendo partnered together way back in the day, and PlayStation, the company, was going to make a disc drive for Nintendo. That was going to be like the next 3D thing.
Oh, you said for like movies?
No, just
was
in
it
general.
Not movies? Okay,
no, like games.
Sure.
They partnered with Nintendo to make games, and they just and Sacagawea, they decided that they didn't like PlayStation for whatever reason. Nintendo.
Yeah, bunch of stiffs.
Yeah, and they just kicked them to the curb. They're like, "Yeah, you're going to work with us. Actually, fuck you."
Yeah, give us your tech or die.
Yeah, and
PlayStation. I don't know anything about the story.
Well,
I'm just
PlayStation
improvising.
didn't, because they had copyrights.
Yeah.
And so PlayStation was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video game console, and it's going to be better than yours.
I'm making Crash Bandicoot. Wow. I fucking love Crash Bandicoot, by the way. That's just big shout out for Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. They're different. Like, have you ever played the first one?
I've
in
played
its
them,
entirety?
Yes, I've played them.
They're hard.
I'm just not a fan.
Wow. What?
The only thing from Crash Bandicoot that I like is the Ugadacha.
Oh, yeah. Boogity bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever his mask name is.
I think it's...
Aku Aku?
I want to say Aku Aku, but it just makes me think of Samurai Jack. You know?
Yeah.
The evil that is Aku. Sacagawea, I meant to say. Yeah, so PlayStation 1, very, very cool. Very pivotal. And great games that came out, too. Very, very much a staple. Just like, when you hear of Mario, for me, there's like Spyro the Dragon.
Sure.
Spyro the Dragon. Solid Snake.
Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. But we talked. It came out on the N64 too. So
it did not.
What?
I looked it up.
Whoa. No, you're
Yeah,
shitting me
I'm
right now.
dead serious. Metal Gear Solid did not come out on the N64. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
This is a what's it called? A Mandela effect. This is a Mandela effect because I'll 100% remember playing it on the N64.
No, it was 100% PlayStation. I'll look it up.
Look it up right
Okay.
now. And by the way, while he's looking this up, if anyone's wondering, like, why does Richard and Corey have a plate full of like kibble in front of them? This is actually jerky I got from a little festival I went to today, and it's ghost pepper jerky. And so I told Richard by the end of this episode, we each need to eat 3 of these pieces. It's hot as hell. For those who don't know me, I do spicy stuff. I have a little pepper on my arm tattooed because I like it so much.
Are you gonna? You might as well just be shameless and.
Yeah. My YouTube is SaltPitt. I haven't uploaded in about 2.5-3 years because nobody wants to be on the show with me. So
But we're both on there.
we're both on there.
Yeah, that was like first attempt.
Yeah. But if you ever want to do something spicy, hit me up. That sounded kind of weird. If you ever want to do something scandalous, hit me up. Because I like to do spicy food.
Are you alone late at night and
Yeah.
craving something spicy?
I'm your guy. Okay, let's see it.
For the PlayStation.
Yeah. And N64.
Or just PlayStation.
You know what, dude? Just right. Metal Gear Solid. Was Metal Gear Solid on the N64, dude? That you got to be specific. Oh yeah, caps lock, dude. That's what's up. You're a boomer, dude.
Dude, that's so mean. Well,
According
Reddit knows everything,
Yeah.
so. According to this, yes, but what happened to it, I don't know, maybe canceled or reworked into Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. This article is from 2000. So, no, it is not Hybrid Heaven. Operation Winback was Nintendo 64.
Well, thank you, Narok-sama, from 2 years ago on Reddit. Appreciate that. Okay.
You
well,
might. So
it's
I
a
was-
Mandela effect.
No,
'cause
no.
It was.
No. I was thinking about this just now. And, dude, that sounded so gnarly in this new mic. I was thinking about this just now, and I'm thinking you played the Twin Snakes on GameCube, which is Metal Gear Solid 1, and just kind of are associating those two things.
No,
Yes.
wrong. That's
Right.
not what I'm doing. Okay, well, I guess I'll go fuck
But
myself.
Metal Gear Solid was on the PlayStation 1.
And it was very good.
Yes.
But yeah, Crash Bandicoot was amazing. It's just a platforming game. Everyone knows what Crash Bandicoot is. He's a crazy
I
little.
don't.
Yes, you are. Yes, you does. Yes, you is. Yeah, so really great game. I liked it a lot, and they came out with several. Crash Bandicoot 2.
I think the only one I really enjoyed was
Warped? Warped, yeah. So Warped was cool because every time you defeated a boss, you got an upgrade, which was very fun. I remember the 4th boss, you got a bazooka that shot the fruits. I can't remember what the fruits
Wampa
were.
fruits.
Wampa fruits, thank you. Are those real?
No.
Yeah, I think they are. But it's a joke, dude.
No, we're going to Google.
All right, Google everything. But yeah, you get rocket launchers. You get like a double jump. The last boss, you get like sprinty boots where you can just haul ass. So
100 pounds, Wampa fruit, eat off.
featuring
it's
Crash
mangoes.
Bandicoot. No, it's probably an offshoot of Mango, bro. But yeah. Crash Bandicoot's really cool. Spyro is really fun. It's the first time you play as a dragon in any game ever.
Dude, holy crap.
What?
No, Spyro is good in the sense that it's a decent game, but it wasn't fun.
Yes, it is. Spyro's fun. I like Spyro.
I just can't get behind it.
I don't know if I ever did this on the show. The Spyro commercial. There's a commercial for Crash Bandicoot.
That's Bad Kitty.
I don't even know which one it was. I think it was like the 3rd or 4th one. It was an installment for the handheld. It was.
And they had like the Crash Bandicoot purple and Spyro orange or whatever because they were crossovers.
I don't know. But so Crash Bandicoot had like ice powers as well and bubbles and lightning. He got like these crazy upgrades. And I don't know if you remember this. Your face indicates that he remembers, right? Have you heard me sing this before?
Yes.
This commercial is like forever burned into my brain. But it's like fire and ice, neither ain't so nice. Not to mention troubles with sparks and bubbles. Chickens on the run, frozen on their tracks. Hope that purple dragon don't come back.
I'm pretty sure you sang that during our music episode.
Yeah, I'll fucking sing it every chance I get, dude. But anyways, I thought that was really cool. You know, there's like some commercials that get stuck in your head
like the
forever.
PlayStation 3 ones with the floating baby and like the black tar. And,
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 was in a weird stage.
Yeah.
They're like trying to be super cool.
edgy.
Yeah, the doll in just like a blank room.
Yeah, and then it was
it'd be like
yeah, and then it like started spinning upside down.
yeah. But you know what? It's like not The Grudge, but
The Ring.
The Ring. Yeah, where it's like you watch the video and it's like some guy falling off a ladder and it's like super cursed.
The baby starts crawling out of your TV.
A PS3. It's like, I don't want this. The PS3 kind of sucked. I remember my buddy had a PS3 and he just watched porn on it. That's
Dude,
all he did.
That's amazing.
Because it was the first one
was
that had
awful.
like a browser.
It was awful.
Yeah,
It was.
so.
It was. I mean, Xbox won that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did the Xbox have? 360?
Yeah.
Yeah, 360 was the shit.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong that ever happened with 360. It had no issues ever.
Never. No,
Yeah.
they ran forever. No
Yeah.
matter what model you got.
Yeah, I didn't get the Red Rings of Death 6 times.
No, they had infinite amounts of storage,
Uh-huh.
which was really cool.
Yeah,
You
didn't
never
have
ran out?
never run out. You don't have to upgrade it at any point in time.
So I know we're talking about PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to bring up, how did the original Xbox manage to never ever fill up its storage, ever?
I never even paid attention to that.
Yeah.
The original Xbox was tight.
It was, but I don't know how they compressed their files, but they never ran out.
Probably WebP, everything.
Just peeing on everything.
The best file you can ever save any pictures to, WebP. You go to open them and it's like, it just gives you a link.
It's like,
Oof.
here's Chrome.
Yeah. Fuck you, WebP.
Well, we've talked about your childhood games and the ones that suck.
But
Can you stop making lip smacking noises?
no, dude, I'm upset. What have we even look at that Crash Bandicoot theory?
Oh,
that
yeah,
evil Wumpa fruit. Can you fucking get that out of my face? It's stressing me out, dude.
Yeah, hold on.
Just anything but that, bro. Wow. Oh, that's good. I like that, dude. Oh, what's that guy's name? I can't remember.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Matt Stoney. Matt Stoney. He eats things a lot.
all right. A really big series that came out on the PS1
Mm-hmm.
that has not gotten any love, Dino Crisis.
Dude. Yeah, it's because that game is fucking hard.
It's so good, though. It's
It's so
Resident Evil
hard.
with dinosaurs.
No, that game is fucking hard. I'm okay with puzzles, and I remember we talked about this before. With me being like really shitty at puzzle games when I was a kid, I was like at Unga Bunga. You got to get E3. You might as well get started.
I'm getting started.
You haven't had any of that yet, have you?
No.
It's good. It tastes like black pepper.
That's going to suck later.
Oh, it does. It does. I ate some earlier, and it does. It sucks. Good thing Richard has a bidet. God bless. By the way, his bidet is like broken.
It's not broken, dude. It's just extra clean.
No, it is broken because on the weakest setting, it immediately goes to max, and it tears your shit apart, literally and figuratively. Like, I'm pretty sure it brushed my teeth. I was like, why is my stomach cold?
Oh my god, I'm like starting to sweat.
It's already hot in here.
And that's like,
It's late spring
rough.
as of this episode. Wait, it's early spring. It feels like late spring. It's an Oregon spring, whatever the fuck that means. Hey, focus. Dino Crisis.
Sorry.
Game
Hot.
is really hard, but it's really cool. There's I think at the very beginning there's like a zombie T-Rex.
What? No. It's just a T-Rex with its eye like shot out.
Was it like biologically enhanced or something?
No,
got,
it
like,
just
fucking-
survived.
Oh. Dino Crisis sucked, dude. You're talking to me about fucking not liking Spyro and Crash. I'm pretty sure you're in the minority here because Dino Crisis was ass. Wasn't this the console that also had Parasite Eve?
It was.
Guess what? Ass.
No, it's not. How can you not like Parasite Eve?
That's what I think about fucking Parasite Eve.
How
Dude.
can you not? Okay, what is your gripe with it?
It's not fun. Like
What?
the enemy types aren't cool, dude. If the main antagonist started fusing to like corpses and like making meat monsters like eldritch horrors, that would be tight. But she doesn't.
You know what's not tight? This feeling in my mouth right now.
You got 2 more pieces, bro.
I know.
You just want to eat them right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want me to do it with you?
If you want.
No, I ain't gonna yet. Watch me just not eat them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the good stuff. Anyways, while you're trying to just get your mind off of it, Richard, what are some other good PS1 games? You know, we mentioned
Gran
Resident Evil.
Turismo?
Gran Turismo was really cool. PlayStation 2 had Gran Turismo A Spec, and that's where like I was a big fan of that game. Very fun. And it was good graphics, super good graphics for even for a PS2 game. It was like exceptional graphics, if I recall.
I think, yeah. I mean, they were really good. Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it was fun. Legacy of Kain.
Legacy of Kain is so dope.
Yeah, I heard they're making a new one.
That is awesome.
That would be really cool. So Legacy of Kain has this pretty expansive story. I'm pretty sure there's books. Is that correct or no?
Well, it's the Soul Reaver series, I think,
It is the Soul Reaver series,
and that's what the books are. But Legacy of Kain is a, like offshoot of that.
Yeah, it actually has a pretty rich story. Basically, there's long story short, it's a very like dark game. It's almost, I want to say, as I've been saying, it's very like Eldritch H.P. Lovecraft. So obviously there's the titular Kain.
Yeah, look at
that. See, Legacy of Kain Defiance was a sick game. That's PlayStation 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But that's Kain, and this is Raziel. But the premise is like those are like that's a vampire in this world. They're like just next level like fucking badasses, and there's like a council of them. Dude, I love how much you're struggling right now,
dude. It's so rough.
But a really fun game. Puzzle. They're basically puzzle games. There's some really cool action, and there's like some blood sucking. We love a good blood suck.
Yeah.
In these parts.
Absolutely.
But
Who's not a fan of Twilight, right?
Yeah, and so I got into the series with Soul Reaver, and where that game starts is it's like an opening cinematic with like Kain and all like the badass vampires, and then Raziel is one of these badass generals, like vampire generals, but
Yes,
he's like ascending, like because he's such a badass. I don't actually know the lore of why he's ascending, but basically Raziel becomes such a badass that he grows like angel wings, like he's becoming, bro. He's like ascending. He's ascending. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm dying.
Yeah,
Don't
he has
judge
wings.
me.
That's all I'm trying to say is he has wings. And then Kane's like, "You idiot! You're fucking cooler than me. You got wings." And he just like shreds his wings and just like fucking kills him and throws him into this like demon portal.
Yeah.
And he dies. Raziel's dead. And his like lower jaw is fucking gone. He has no lower jaw, but he's got these fucking fangs. You can't see it. Yeah, he covers his face. But yeah, super badass. Cool game.
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
We both said
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Dude, I'll rewind it later.
You don't need to. It's just like Sacagawea.
Tomba. You asked me earlier what the fuck is a Tomba,
What the fuck is a Tomba?
and I want to share it with you.
Yeah, is this a PlayStation 1 game?
It is.
Tomba.
So, Tomba is one of my favorite PS1 games by far. Damn it. Sacagawea. You start out as this like little pink-haired caveman dude, and the pigs are like invading his world, and he's just trying to stop them. But it's a super goofy, like backtracking pseudo RPG. It's side-scrolling.
Yeah, I can see. That's really cool.
But you can, damn it, that's so hard.
That is. You're focused on it too hard, and it's fucking you up. But dude, I like this pig's face, dude. Look at that. He's like, oh! It's like Donkey Kong when he gets surprised, and he's like,
So you can jump in like trees and jump off of them onto a pig.
That's pretty
and
cool.
And then you grab them and you like suplex them in a circle and throw them.
That's really sick.
Dude, it was so much fun, and I never played it until I was almost an adult.
Keep talking. This just brought up memories of a game, and I don't know what platform it is.
Yeah, I'll just keep talking while I'm dying.
Yeah, focus.
Anyways.
Talk about Tomba, bro.
Tomba. So it's such a childlike game with such a difficult curve. One of the big things I remember about it is you get to this castle top, and you need to find a special item in order to like climb it. Oh god. And going back, not realizing that you have to go back because it's a side scroller, and going back where the enemies are 10 times stronger and everything is so out to... I am struggling so bad right now, Corey.
Dude,
this heat is killing me. Are you kidding me? I really hope you guys don't enjoy this, because if you do, we're going to have to do it again next week.
No, they're going to love it, dude. So there's this game. I'm just going to maybe explain it to you.
Please.
And maybe you can help
By
me
all
out.
means.
So there's this game where you play as a lady, and she has...
Leisure Suit Larry.
No. He plays a dude in Leisure Suit
I
Larry. So there's enemies, and they have like Shy Guy looking masks, but they're not Shy Guys. They're like every enemy in that game has like a mask that looks like a Shy Guy.
Can you give me any more details?
No, like the first boss is like a giant worm that has a Shy Guy mask.
The first boss is a giant worm with a Shy Guy mask. You play as a lady. What does she do?
She fucks shit up, man.
How? How does she fight?
Dude, I don't know, but I'm telling you, this game was fucking so rad.
Are you sure it was on the PlayStation, not just Mandela in your head?
It might be.
Was she like a kung fu lady? Did she use guns?
No, it's like a side-scrolling game, and it kind of looks similar to Tomba. That's why it brought it in my head.
Mortal Kombat Legends Sub-Zero?
No.
I think that was only on the N64. I could be wrong. Okay, I'm starting to come back now. It's not so bad. But Tomba it has that like childlike innocence that you'd expect from a cartoony side-scrolling game with the sometimes difficulty of like a Dark Souls game. It really throws you off. And it was before the analog stick came onto the PlayStation. Do you remember that? When the PlayStation first came out, it didn't have an analog stick?
I do remember that. And then I remember that, I remember like my buddy had one with analog sticks.
DualShock.
It was sick. Yeah, because I remember like he got one for like Legend of Dragoon, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, it changes the entire like gameplay, being able to move in 8 directions.
One of the first things that popped up, which is not the game I'm thinking of, is Splatterhouse.
Splatterhouse. That's with the Jason Voorhees guy, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
It ain't, but it is.
That's like Sega Genesis and SNES.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's not what I'm referencing. I'm just getting a bunch of.
Is it a horror game?
No, it's not. I'm just getting a bunch of Zelda shit. No, good luck. We're going to be here all night trying to find this thing.
No, that's fine. You can go ahead and talk about something else because I'm really curious now, and I want to try and figure out what this is, guys. I really do.
This game, good luck. Yeah, it's like it might be N64.
Game with female protagonist. First boss, a worm. I spell protagonist.
That is what the fuck? None of the Earthworm Jam. Let's go, poggers.
Silent Hill?
No, none of these. Keep.
This one?
No, next call. No, none of these.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I'm telling you, it's like it looks like Tomba, bro. That's how you'll know. First boss is like a snake.
Looks like Tomba.
That gives you Tomba.
Yeah, it does. It keeps bringing me back to this.
No, it ain't that. Whatever. Was that Castlevania game on the PlayStation? That one that sucked really bad?
Are you talking about... Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. The second one had a jester that you could play as.
I don't know.
The girl had pink hair.
I think so.
Yeah.
We're on to something.
Okay.
Maybe she didn't have pink hair.
Game with jester and girl with pink hair. Pandemonium.
No. Not even close. Whoa, dude, I like her, though.
Gonna get you some clown juice? Bruh.
Come on. Anyways, sorry, that was like a huge tangent. We're never gonna find it.
Okay.
If I find it, I'll make sure next podcast that we mention it because that's gonna drive me up the fucking wall.
I really need you to eat your jerkies.
But yeah, so the enemies had like Shy Guy masks. They were like
okay.
Every enemy had like a mask. Anyways, PlayStation games.
I just talked about Tomba.
Tomba's trash.
Tekken.
Oh, Tekken Tag, bro. Tekken Tag. Oh my god.
Who was your favorite character in Tekken?
I only ever played Tekken Tag, and I sucked at fighting games again when I was a kid.
Was it Yoshimitsu?
No, Yoshimitsu was super tight. I played Devil, and I just was super cheap and just laser beamed.
Devil Jin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just called Devil. And,
no.
Oh my fuck! I rubbed my eye. I'm the one who cut this jerky.
Oh, dude, this is so good. It makes me happy.
That's karma.
It makes my heart sing.
Well, since my eye already burns, I'll just eat all 3 pieces.
My favorite was King, the dude with like the leopard mask.
Mm-hmm. No, so my fighting game of my time was Dead or Alive.
Yes,
and I like those wrestlers.
Jizzle
like
Physics.
Bass and Tina. Mm-hmm. They did like wrestling moves, and they were so cool. But Tekken was really good. Like I said, with Tekken Tag.
I just had a wonderful idea.
I'm like chewing into the mic. I'm so sorry.
Just hear me
ASMR.
out. Okay, so for our merch store, we get a picture of like a video game dude's package, and underneath it write Jizzle Physics.
I'd like it.
And put like little bounce lines.
If you guys want to see that, let us know.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That is really good. Jizzle physics. That's just what we become known for. How embarrassing.
There's worse things to be known for.
That's true.
But yeah, Tekken's super good for a fighting game. I must preface for a fighting game because most fighting games are not very good.
Soul Calibur's pretty tasty.
Okay, I think I really only enjoyed the second one. Was that the one where I had it on the Xbox and you had Spawn?
Xbox, you had Spawn. GameCube, you had Link. Zelda, you had Link.
Yeah.
You had
What
Zelda.
if Zelda was a girl?
Laughing hurts.
Everything hurts when you're chewing on that, dude.
We're going to be in so much pain
All
later.
I can hear in the mic is...
I know. I'm sorry.
So I did this, a little bit of a tangent. I did this test audio with our new equipment earlier with Shelby. And she's like, I was like, can you hear me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, can you hear me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, can you hear me?
Gross.
Yeah, that's what she's like, dude, that is so nasty. And so I'm listening to it again, like listening to the test audio, and she heard it again, and she's over there on the bed like, dude, stop
it. Yeah, so Tekken Tag, though, going back to that, there are some really cool characters you get that didn't come back in the series. Gon was one of them. He's like a little
The
dinosaur.
raptor?
He's
Yeah.
a little like dinosaur that had like boxing gloves. Speaking of that, there was a kangaroo also that had boxing gloves.
The kangaroo did come back. Or no, the kangaroo's baby came back.
Junior.
The Tekken story is really weird.
Yeah, it's very out there. Yeah, Gon's tight. Look at him, dude. That's pimp. He had a move called Gone with the Wind, and he'd fart on you.
There it is. That kind of remind me a bit of a correlation here. It's not a PlayStation game, but not Killer Instinct. It was a game where you fought with dinosaurs. I cannot seem to think what it's called for the Super Nintendo.
Primal.
Yeah, and one of the monkeys' moves were like farting on people.
Yeah, good game.
But
Air quotes.
Tekken's good. Silent Hill. Mm-hmm. Now that's a PlayStation defining game. If you
Yeah,
ask
I
me.
liked it on the N64.
What? Mm-hmm. It wasn't on the N64.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Anyways,
Every game's just on the N64.
Yeah. So the first one, who do you play as in the first one? Is it Harry?
John?
John?
I'm going to be honest with you. I played the second one.
Harry John? I think that's where everyone really picked
Yeah.
up is the second one. And I think that's where you play as David.
Yeah, and then the movie.
I'm literally, I think it's Harry.
The movie actually takes place, like, if you watch the movie, it follows the first game. But I didn't play the first game, and so I was like, wow, they just didn't take anything from it.
I kind of was in the same boat. Well, to be fair, the movie was
Well, they skipped the second game entirely. They do the first game is the first movie, and then the second movie is the third game.
That's a shame. There's a lot of weird sexual things in the second one.
Yeah, no, Tekken 2. Tekken?
Why we're talking about Tekken now?
Silent Hill.
There's Tekken
Silent
movies? I was
Hill.
like, what the fuck?
There was a Tekken movie.
Ugh, I bet it was so good.
Hold on,
So
you gotta
good.
see this picture. It was so good.
Dude, you ever play Mokujin, dude? It's like that Mortal Kombat.
Look at that,
movie.
dude.
I still have to say that the original Mortal Kombat's better, by the way.
The original Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah.
Compared to what?
The new one?
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. The story sucked, but the acting was so good.
Okay, I liked it if you watch it not as an action movie.
What do you mean? It's an action movie, bro.
Well, I mean, I kind of watch it like a comedy.
Dude. Okay, so have you seen the second Mortal Kombat movie? Like, not the remake, but they shortly after the original
Yes.
one in like the 90s or
And
80s.
you
That's
will die.
Oh yeah, dude. And that CGI in this movie is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The dragon fight at the end. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Dragon. Well, like one of them's a dragon, and one of them's like
A Hydra?
he's like a Hydra.
He's got like 3 heads, right?
Yeah, Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he was trying to imitate that one actor from the first movie who played Shang Tsung. Which, by the way, great actor. He still is in movies. If you've seen Man with Iron Fist 2, he's
So,
in it, and it's really good.
Mortal Kombat 1, the new game, they brought him back to be the actor
Yeah,
of the game.
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's so good.
He's a great actor.
Well, that was his role. That's what he was made for.
Absolutely. Your soul is mine. Well, he had like the wrinkled nose, like the perfect wrinkled nose, and he looked so intense. He probably actually stole someone's soul in that scene. Like whoever was filming was like, no, and just like fucking turned into a husk.
That'd be amazing.
What are some other PlayStation games? You know, we've talked about Legend of Dragoon pretty extensively. So I guess that whims it out.
That does.
Metal Gear Solid is obviously amazing.
Metal Gear Solid. Oh, Brave Fencer Musashi.
Huh?
Brave Fencer Musashi. It was in the same vein as like Tomba. I believe it was.
What is up with you in these games?
I don't know. They
Brace Fencer? Whatever. What? Just
Brave
fucking...
Fencer Musashi. Okay, it wasn't a side scroller, but it was. I guess the best thing I could compare it to is that game we were talking about on 64. Gomon.
It's what's it called? Like Super Special Adventure with Gomon or whatever.
Yeah, it's Gomon's Great Adventure.
Great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Pulazima!
Just had to bring it back.
Of course.
But this game it's really boring actually as far as like the combat.
Tight.
It's super slow.
Oh,
But he's like jumpy.
Wild Arms.
Wild Arms.
Was that on the PlayStation?
It was. Wild Arms 1 was. It's Western Final Fantasy.
Western Final Fantasy, pretty cool. I remember I played it once and like dropped it pretty shortly in because it was like, this shit is lame. But it gets good.
Wild Arms 3 is really good. It's for the PS2.
That's really awesome. Western Final Fantasy. God.
Corey, what do you think about that transition we just didn't do?
That transition was needed because I just exercised the demon from my body. I've been eating that spicy jerky all day, and so we had to take a little breather for a second.
Yeah.
While I was taking said breather, I found the game we were talking about earlier. It's it's Mischief Makers,
which isn't for the PlayStation.
It's not for the PlayStation, but it just popped into my head. But yeah, the Mischief Makers, man.
All right, yeah, I'll bring it.
But anyways, yeah, bring game with woman protagonist. Yeah, Mischief Makers. So, why not bring it up, right?
Yeah, why not?
Mischief Makers. Look what I mean, though. Like, literally everything in this game is a fucking Shy Guy. Like, even the blocks.
Yeah, no,
Shy Guys.
I knew that. Like, and I didn't even think about that because you were saying PlayStation. So I was like, okay, it's not.
Yeah, it was on PlayStation. They ported it over.
Oh, just like everything else is on N64?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is actually, it's so funny that the one thing I'm like, this one's on PlayStation was on the N64. Go figure. But,
so we're a bunch of dummies here, and so we brought up a list of PlayStation games.
Well, yeah, right? Because PlayStation wasn't a big system for me. I really popped off during the PlayStation 2 era. So.
It wasn't for me either. We came in really unprepared tonight.
Well, that's okay. Bishi Bashi Special. So we're just looking up a list of like some of the popular PlayStation games. Bishi Bashi Special I have never played, but it looks like Pizza Tower.
How have you never played Bishi Bashi Special?
Have you ever played Bishi Bashi Special?
No.
Exactly. But yeah, it looks, I don't know. I've never played it. I'm not going to do the research to find it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, keep scrolling.
What's
Richard.
number 24?
Street Fighter Alpha is something. So Maximilian, dude, I'm sure if you're remotely into fighting games, I'm sure you've heard of this guy, but he is a huge fighting game dude.
Is that the guy that like blocked the perfect?
No.
No.
That is incredible. His main character is Ken though. But I think that was Chun-Li who's doing the perfect block.
No, it was Ken blocking the Chun-Li special.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so if you've never seen that clip, there's basically like this tournament where basically this guy has no health and the Chun-Li is at like half health. And it's the final match, and Chun-Li's special is like hella crazy. It's like 1,000 kicks. There's like a bunch of mid kicks, a bunch of low kicks. And this guy proceeds to counter every single kick that she has. The special is like da 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 da, like it's like lightning kicks,
and he blocks every single one
of them, and then follows up by like defeating her. And it's so fucking cool. The whole crowd, the whole crowd like jumps up and is like, oh, it's crazy. But Street Fighter Alpha 3, incredible game if you like fighting games. This has one of the best fighting game systems, where you can kind of like change your loadout and get like have different specials, and there's a really unique cast. Really great game.
I never played it.
I never played it either, but like I watch gameplay all the time. But it is a phenomenal game.
What's number 23? Tenchu. I have played this.
Yeah, Chad, if you watch this, he's a huge Tenchu fan.
Tenchu's so good. Tenchu paved the way for like ninja games in general.
I never played Tenchu.
Really? Oh, it's so good. So
I heard it's difficult. Is it difficult?
It is very hard.
Yeah.
But there's these stealth mechanics that just fit so well with the PS1 era somehow, where you're like sneaking on a beam and some dude walks underneath you and you just jump down, and like through his neck.
That's pretty sick.
It's so awesome.
We love a good ninja moment.
Yeah.
Everybody likes ninjas. I'm more of a pirate guy.
Plus, he's got like silver hair, which is cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryu Hayabusa has black hair like a freaking nub. Only the cool ninjas have.
But
silver
Ryu
hair.
Hayabusa has Nami.
What?
Nami? Is that her name? Pink haired girl?
Oh, Ayane.
Ayane.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
The original Spider-Man on the PlayStation was super good.
It paved the way for the good Spider-Man.
For Marvel, Marvel popped off with Spider-Man, whereas on the N64, actually, oh, you know what? He remembered. Superman for the N64
Yes.
sucked.
Fly through some wings.
Yeah. So
Rings.
Good job, Richard. So for those of you who don't know, yeah, and I say that a lot. I just assume that our audience isn't nerds, which is shameful. I'm sure most of you know the N64 Superman is trash. Very bad game. Arguably one of the worst N64 games. Or any game. For like a high budget game, it's ass. Whereas PlayStation Spider-Man is super incredible.
Did you know that the PlayStation version of the Spider-Man game actually had cinematics? They were rendered in gameplay, but the 64 version, because it wasn't on a disc and it had to be compressed so much, it had comic slides.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah,
no, that's really cool. Yeah, I believe this is the one where you fight against Venom.
Yeah, through the sewers.
Mm-hmm. So there's a bunch of enemies you fight, but that's a great game. It's pretty linear, pretty on rails, you know. But it made you feel like you're Spider-Man.
Dude, it was so good. There were these moments where you had to swing across rooftops, but you weren't actually attaching webs to anything, so he's just like doing this in the air the whole time.
Yeah, it's tight. I love those new Spider-Mans. They're so cool.
They're so good. Einhander.
This is basically like a bullet hell type of game.
Yes. You ever play Gradius?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So not much to say there, but very cool. You ever play Black and White? Is that what it's called?
I know which one you're talking about, but Black and White's the God game.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know what it's called, but you switch colors.
Yes.
It's not called Black and White. Fuck. It's amateur hour.
Okay. We need to take a hard right here for a second.
Sure.
They need to remake Black and White.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Black and White is a game where you essentially played God.
Yeah. And to clarify, it's like a sim game, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, and you can do different shit, and as people worship you, you get like new powers. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very cool. Very cool concept.
And you could be whatever kind of God you wanted. Mm-hmm. Games where they're like, you get to play God, they're always really lackluster, and this one lets you do everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I want to be good. Your crops are good this season. Or it's like, you like fucking the hand of Satan coming down.
And one of the things that I always liked about it was it had this system of worship, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And if you walked around as a giant animal was essentially your god. And
you're an avatar.
Yes. And if one of the people were like, cursing you, you could walk up and smite them. Yeah. And then everybody would start praying harder.
Yeah. It's like mind your fucking P's and Q's, bitch.
Yeah.
We're out for you. So yeah.
Back to PlayStation.
Black and White, very cool game. There's a second one, but yeah, they need to do more. Ridge Racer, wow.
I did it earlier. Can you do the sound?
What? Oh, Ridge Racer. Like
there
that?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't play Ridge Racer. I was a Gran Turismo kid. And for the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, there was Top Gear.
There was Top Gear.
Top Gear was amazing. The soundtrack, it still sticks with me. Like there's such good fucking music in that SNES game.
What
incredible
racing thing has a really good soundtrack? It's Initial D.
It's an anime though.
Yeah, it's still a racing thing.
Yeah, you just said thing, but yeah, racing. Yeah, Initial D. It's really good. Yeah. Gas. He's got like a Golf. He's got like a fucking modified Golf, right? It's like some rinky-dink fucking car, and he just like wins every fucking race with it.
Final Fantasy Tactics. A lot of people say it's amazing. I couldn't get into it.
That's basically Final Fantasy Fire Emblem, yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. I think the whole idea of Fire Emblem is really neat. I haven't played many of them. I only played the original, or like the Super Nintendo version of it.
Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Is it that old? I thought it came out on the GameCube.
No.
Oh.
No. There's older ones, yeah, but it's really cool. I think the one you're thinking of is like all the kids of the original characters.
Radiance of Dawn is the first one I played.
Okay, yeah. So the Fire Emblem, the original Fire Emblem, is like You play as like Hector and Elwood, which is Roy's dad.
Oh,
I think Roy is in Radiant.
Roy's
Dawn.
he's the redhead.
Yeah. So Elwood is you play as the parents,
Oh,
and like Hector is like Ike's dad. I think.
okay.
But very cool games. I love Fire Emblem. They're sick.
I don't think I haven't played any of the older ones.
Dude, honestly, I as a kid, I remember this, but I remember like the coolest character was his name was Guy, just Guy, and he's like he had like a samurai sword, and so he'd like when he leveled up, he would do like the dash through and like ah! And I remember like I just want to be known as the Guy because he was cool. Guy,
because his name was Guy.
Guy's a cool name. I like that. Guy Ritchie, what's up, dude?
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. I actually started with Twisted Metal 4, which
Really?
I think is on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Twisted Metal's so good. It's Burnout. If you know what Burnout is, before Burnout existed.
No, everybody knows what fucking Twisted Metal is. It's
You talk
bumper
to
cars,
you talk
bro.
to our
I know,
our
and I
many fans like they
apologize
don't
for it.
know all
I
the time.
apologized. They're not idiots. You know what Twisted Metal is. There's not a single person watching this that doesn't know what Twisted Metal is. I fucking promise you.
all two of our viewers.
Yeah. Chad, he knows what Twisted Metal is. Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
He probably stopped watching by now.
Anyways, it's bumper cars with missiles and explosions, and
Demolition Derby, I believe, is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Not bumper cars.
that's what I said.
Yes. It's a battle royale with cars.
Mm-hmm. And Sweet Tooth,
And Sweet Tooth, yes. And Twisted Metal now has a TV show.
which is really good.
Mm-hmm. So people know what Twisted Metal is. Great game. Good game.
Time Crisis.
Time Crisis.
Do you like light gun games?
I was
Do you
going to
like
say,
shooting your CRT TV?
this was popular for me, Time Crisis 3 in arcades. You played a lot of that.
Yeah, the
if you were-
pedal to duck.
Mhm. Yeah, you use the pedal to duck. Actually, that's
was
right.
a
You let go of the pedal and
Yeah.
you duck. You're always ducking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to reload. Very cool game. You just shoot shit that comes on screen. It's like very House of the Dead, but you use cover because they're firing back at you.
Yes,
Very cool.
they're cops.
Sometimes. Fuck the police.
Driver. I never played any of them except
Yeah.
for Drive 3R,
Yeah.
and it was awful.
Yeah, a lot of racing games. People just think everyone wants to race. Getting kids off the streets, I suppose. But I'm not a big driving.
This was like it's supposed to be kind of like GTA, right? Driver.
I don't know.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Anyways, a Vagrant Story. Never played it. Heard great things. It's been remade like 6 times. I know that.
Yeah. Cool.
Any more? No.
Okay. Cool story. Spyro, great game.
Yeah, it sucks.
Look at that guy. Look at that face, dude. He's like, yeah, I'm taking your eggs, bitch. Dude, I like it. Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. That's what I said. Yeah, great game. And it inspired, a lot of games and movies.
Yeah,
media.
everybody loves Lara Croft, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know that's just that is just pivotal, right?
Yeah.
Lara Croft. Back in the day.
triangles.
The triangles. Yeah, dare I say. Trapezoids.
Travis. And then there was a big controversy. Not about this. Like, I mean, there was about this, but that's just over sexualization and men are pigs, that type of thing.
It's racist.
But
That's the controversy. I'm serious.
Oh, was it?
What
I
were
was
you
talking
gonna
about
say?
a different one.
Go ahead.
Oh, when the new Tomb Raiders came out and they made her more, realistic.
Mhm.
A lot of people were super pissed about it, and they said they were taken away from like the character.
Oh, because she didn't have her like tits hanging out.
Yeah.
Right? No, there's actually a controversy in the old ones.
Really? About racism?
Yeah. Well, there's like Oonga Boonga people, dude. There's like
I've never made it to anything like that. I remember fighting raptors and like a T-Rex.
yeah, there's straight up like Ooga Googa. And it's like it's super racist and
Is
very,
it?
very very poorly done.
Oh my god.
As a matter of fact, I believe in the newer ones, there's like a disclaimer.
Really?
Because I mean, even in the newer ones, you're playing against like
Yeah.
tribal
like,
people,
yeah.
and it kind of puts them in a really bad light.
Is
Like,
it,
we
is,
eat people, and
is it the disclaimers like when you watch the old Disney movies now?
yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like it's basically saying like, yeah, these are very outdated like views on the world and certain cultures, and good for them. I would definitely lean more towards the left in like games having like super racist caricatures of like tribes and stuff is fucked up. I don't really like that. I think that's
I disassociate it. Like, it doesn't even occur to me most of the time.
well, right, but that's white privilege, Richard.
Yeah,
So
you might be right.
Let's
Let's-
anyways.
I don't know.
The two viewers we have just went down to one.
I promise you I'm a good person.
Nah, that's okay. Abe's Odyssey. This is a passion of mine, and I could probably ramble on for quite a long time.
Well, you can ramble about it because I don't know shit about it.
So not just with Abe's Odyssey, but Oddworld as a whole is such a passion of mine, and so basically the creators of this game, which Oddworld developer Oddworld Inhabitants, I believe they go by a different name now, maybe just Oddworld, but regardless, amazing set of games. They just recently had another game come out within the last few years.
I do remember seeing it, yeah.
And I really wish they would explore more upon the world, because they just built like this such rich lore of this world where like everything is like super fucked up and like kind of twisted in a way.
I just want more of the Stranger.
Yeah, well, exactly. We'll get to that. But just like Abe, just looking at this photo, you know, he has stitched lips. His people are very like shamanistic, and they're like one with the earth. And so they're all enslaved by
That's right. It's a corporation,
this
right?
giant, super fucking hyper greedy corporation with like they're just like killing people and eating and turning like everybody into different types of products. They just hyper exploitive, and it's, you know, it's very much like anti-capitalist.
It's like the way you're describing it reminds me of World of Goo.
I've never played it, but yeah, the original is like a puzzle game. It's like a side-scrolling puzzle game,
Where
and
you're
you're trying to break out all your dudes.
What are they called?
I don't know. Mudokons?
Mudokons.
They're
That is it.
I have no idea what they are, Mudokons. But so another great segue that you were talking about is they also released a couple of games that were separate from this formula. One being Munch's Odyssey, and Munch's Odyssey was for the original Xbox. And it's the same kind of concept where you're trying to save people. There's like multiple different endings depending on how you completed each level.
I did know that.
Yeah, and you know, that introduced several more inhabitants of this world, like the Fuzzles. The Fuzzles I love so much.
Puzzles.
I've even put them in like some of my D&D campaigns. Fuzzathy obviously being a prominent.
They've
puzzle.
existed in like 4 campaigns now.
Yes, I love Fuzzles, but they're basically like these cute little critters.
Critters.
They're the old movie critters. They're basically critters, but they're like sentient little fuzzballs that are like super sweet, but like they have like sharp teeth, and they can go mega ferocious, and they're like hyper carnivorous. And so basically Munch, who is he's not a Mudokon, he's like the last of his kind. He's like a one-legged fish person who has like psionic abilities like sonar, and you basically go around the same thing, saving like all these creatures like the Mudokons and whatnot. And it's a very great game. And if you get the best ending, you retrieve the last can of Gabiar. They're called Gabbets. Munch is a Gabbet. So basically, it's like live Gabbet eggs, Gabiar, and you end up at the last mission, you get the last can of Gabiar and save his people, and they all hatch, and it's a good ending. And then there's Stranger's Wrath.
Oh, I love Stranger's Wrath.
Stranger's Wrath was like a huge change to the formula, but again, they are building on this world that is just so rich with life, and there's all these different crazy like races of inhabitants. Stranger's Wrath is like a cowboy game, first-person shooter, but instead of using traditional weapons where you're shooting like arrows, you have live inhabitants that you're shooting.
Fuzzles.
Like one of the guns is a trap thrower, and you're laying down rabid fuzzles. So they're not normal fuzzles; they're rabid. Mm-hmm. Or no, you get fuzzles, and then they get upgraded into rabid fuzzles, and they're like fucking hella crazy. They got like the sharp teeth and like bloodshot eyes, and they're like, or you shoot like bees, you know, just stuff like that. Like you're like, or things that like these creatures that explode. Think of the new game that the Rick and Morty people made. I forgot.
Not Trover. That's the older one.
Not Trover.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, that Rick and Morty game where the guns are alive and talking
games,
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Squanch games. But anyways, so really cool story, and there's a really great spoiler alert ahead of time. But you play as the stranger. Nobody knows who he is. He's just a bounty hunter. He's badass, and you go through like half of the game just being a badass. But then it turns out he is the last of a oh god, it's a name. His race is called like a squeef. No, I know, that's why I didn't want to say it, but basically he's like one of the last of his kind as well.
Seems to be a theme here.
Yeah, exactly. You're basically these last of their kind trying to make it, but they were obviously like heavily eaten and went to damn near extinction.
But the big difference though between the stranger, the Squeefs, and
Speef or something like that.
the Madokins or whatever they are, and the fish people, is that the stranger and I imagine his race are badass. They're not little like weak people.
No,
they're
not bad. They weren't really badass. That's
No?
the thing. They were like nomadic like goats basically.
Oh, the stranger's a badass.
Yeah, he is a badass. But anyways, so these cool games, I would really like them to.
They just remastered them.
I want a sequel to Stranger's Wrath because it actually the game ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, like the main bad guy, like you kill him, like his body, and then his head is actually like a squid, and it like drops off into like that dam that you break, and it like swims away. Like, oh, he's still alive. But it also goes to show that like that like evil CEO was also just like a normal inhabitant, because I'm pretty sure his race is like banned or whatever. Anyways, it's a really cool story.
Basically, all races are just they're ending.
Yeah, well, it's everything is exploited, and like basically these creatures are doing what they can to hide and also take vengeance. And I it's so incredible. Like the lore of Oddworld is just amazing.
I believe you. I'm excited.
It sucks me in. Yeah.
Wipeout.
No, it's Wipey Out. Whippy Out.
It's got to go fast for PlayStation.
Yeah, it's F-Zero fucking clone.
Yeah.
So nothing really special about that. It's literally just F-Zero clone.
Parappa
the Rappa. Yeah, I like Boom Boom Rocket.
You owe me a Coke.
But this is basically like the
kick, punch combo.
Yeah, so it's like if you ever play Boom Boom Rocket, it's a
rhythm game.
There
you go.
Yeah, like DDR, but obviously for controller.
But he's a rapper.
Yeah, it's tight. Oh yeah, Parappa the Rappa. I haven't played it, but I've watched videos, and it's very satisfying. Master Onion or whatever his name is. Very cool game.
There's this really awkward song in Parappa the Rappa 2.
Is he racist?
No. Well, it's still the Master Onion, so kinda.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, very nice. Parappa the Rappa.
Yeah.
You're going to hell.
But
now I'm going to hell.
That's not why it's kind of awkward. It's kind of awkward because it's basically Parappa and his friend are watching this like how to pick up chicks show.
Oh, you're negging.
Yeah.
That wasn't a racist term, by the way. I know that kind of sounds like it. Negging is basically like when you're mean to a girl to make her like you.
Yes.
Very outdated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. We talked about Silent Hill. Gran Turismo 2, we talked about.
That.
Crash Bandicoot. Wow.
Nobody cares.
Tekken, we talked about. Look at this. We're good. We didn't even need this list.
Tony
Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Best soundtrack in gaming history.
Best soundtrack, and it's just a fun game. This is the game that everybody had, even if you're not a skater.
Oh, yeah.
And you just got home from school, hung out with your homeboys, and played some fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yeah, and they went so long without making a bad game.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
all the way into like the 360 era, and then they just crashed.
Yeah. But yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I don't think 1 was good. I don't remember.
You don't like 1?
I don't.
So the big thing about 2 that really made it stand out was that 2 added manuals, and 1 originally didn't have manuals.
Wow! Can you do an ollie in 1?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You can even do a nollie.
I'm not a skateboarder.
It's an ollie, but opposite.
That's impossible, Richard. No one can do it.
No, an impossible is something else.
Oh. Fucking, this makes me think of that Jesus Christ memes playing like Tony Hawk, the new Tony Hawk game.
Oh yeah,
where he like busts out of a cave and he's like even flow. That shit's so cool.
Resident Evil, nobody cares, right?
We already talked about it.
I know.
Final Fantasy 7. We already talked about it.
But look at that.
Look at that. Look, we're on it though. We're on it.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yes, one of the best games ever made.
I can go on a tangent about this one.
I'm sure we both could. We could probably talk about this game for hours. This game. So Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a very large game. It is incredibly large. All sorts of cool power-ups, different weapons. And there's so many secrets in this game.
Yeah, well,
there's so many.
In order to
secrets.
complete the game, you have to do like 210%.
Yeah, I did it.
Because it's the castle, then the inverted castle, and then all the secrets.
So this game is massive. And then it's like, oh, now the castle is upside down, and there's like new enemies, new bosses, and you have to go through the whole game again.
And then you have to play through the whole game with Richter.
Yeah. It's so good. This game is fucking sick. One of the best games ever made.
Absolutely.
10 out of 10. If you haven't played it, absolutely play it. I know so many people who love this game.
And the voice acting?
The voice acting is incredible. Yeah. Yeah. One of the first scenes is Dracula sitting on his throne. And he's like, "What is a man?" And then he throws the glass of blood and it crashes. And he's like, "But a miserable pile of secrets." And he's like, "How about you?"
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
It is amazing.
Which, by the way, if you guys play Dead by Daylight, it's been rumored that Castlevania's Dracula is going to be one of the next killers.
And if you don't get the opportunity to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, watch the Castlevania anime. It's a pretty good right up there with it.
Yeah, it doesn't follow any of this shit.
But all the
it
same
is
characters.
Yeah, Alucard, fucking Dracula. It's very good.
Yeah.
One of the best animes I've ever watched.
Oh,
personally.
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not a big anime guy, but Castlevania. Incredible. Nani? Oh, I've watched Kenshiro.
Have you?
Fist of the North Star.
Okay. You're already dead.
Dude, I'm a sucker for like that old shit, like Berserk
Did you?
and Fist of the North Star.
So there's a web series, and I'm sure you've seen it, but it's called Cell Versus.
No, I don't think I heard.
No. So it's Cell at the Cell games.
Yeah.
And he's like versing like Yu-Gi-Oh! And like Kermit the Frog, just weird people, right? And Kenshiro comes up, and he's...
Oh, is this the one where it's like 3D and it's like a shitty fucking machinima type of thing?
I'm not sure if this one is, but they get that way, yes.
Okay.
But Kenshiro comes up, and he does the thing, right? And he's like, and Cell's like, "I didn't feel anything." And he's like, "You fool, you are already dead." And he like explodes, and then his like leg hits the ground. He's like, "Are you going to eat that?" And Cell's like, "My leg?" He's like, "I wonder if you taste like bug meat or man meat."
That was fucking rude, dude. I got an asshole in my face. Get out of here, dude. This cat is like so chill, but in like the worst way possible.
He's such a menace.
Look at that, dude. He's wet, dude. He's always wet. Gross, dude. He's like fucking takes a bath in his bowl.
Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, great game. Fist of the North Star, great anime.
It is so good.
All my way mu Shindaru. Nani? And it's like and they just like blow up. So fucking
I would
cool.
like to do an episode on like the old anime movies.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
But one more that just really occurred to me is Ninja Scroll.
I've never watched Ninja Scroll.
Oh, it's right up there with Fist of the North Star. You should watch it.
We could do ASMR streams.
Yeah, we can. Get right up in there.
Yeah, you gotta talk slow. You gotta whisper. Gotta be very quiet. I hope you guys have been having a great night enjoying our podcast.
Yeah, it's been absolutely not an inch at all. Yeah. We got one more game.
Anyways, one more game.
Number one,
Metal Gear
Solid.
We've already talked about it, but yeah. So I'd say number one, honestly, for PlayStation games is Castlevania. That game is fucking sick.
Absolutely. I didn't play it till 360.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because the N64 had a Castlevania game. Requiem of Sorrow, I want to say it is. Two of them. I don't know about the other one, but there is one that was so ass and borderline impossible to beat.
Did you play the one where you could be a werewolf or not?
I don't think you could be a werewolf.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Yeah, it's ass. But I remember being in like a hedge maze and there's a guy with a chainsaw chasing you. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't die.
Was this on PlayStation? Oh.
No, bro. It was on N64.
No, not that. Nightmare Creatures.
I've never played Nightmare Creatures.
Oh my god. Hold on one sec, guys.
Yeah, one sec. Nightmare Creatures, huh? What's it about? What happens in Nightmare Creatures?
So it's like Bloodborne. Before Bloodborne, you're a hunter of night creatures.
That's pretty tight. I have played this. Dude, bro.
It's so dope.
What the fuck? Oh, a memory unlocked, bro.
It is so cool.
Whoa! I remember the artwork.
Yeah,
for the game. Holy shit!
Yeah, and that was basically the premise: is that you are a hunter of night creatures.
Was it good? I remember this is
very
another
hard.
Game. I was gonna say I remember this is a game where I didn't get very far.
It is very hard, but it is so much fun. And look at how gross this thing is, dude.
I don't know, dude. That looks like my ex.
That's my point.
Oh.
I don't know who your ex is. You could be delightful.
Oh, she ain't watching this.
Mine either.
And he isn't either.
Oh, hey.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, so Nightmare Creatures, that's really cool. PlayStation it was a weird system. There was a lot of innovative games, and there's a lot of games where they were kind of trying to make a jump, make a name for themselves, and they just flopped really hard.
I think the thing that made PlayStation unique is that it was Nintendo 64 and PlayStation at the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was Sega Saturn. But PlayStation was able to try new things. Nintendo couldn't. They had to stick to what, Mario, Zelda.
PlayStation does what Nintendo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Sega, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But I think that's why it was so innovative and unique, is because they had the freedom to be like, you know what, let's try it, let's see what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of good games came from it. Obviously, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, Castlevania. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot of Castlevanias I like. But Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night is. There was one more after it that they made that had Alucard again that played like Symphony of the Night.
Was it as good? Probably.
It wasn't as good, but it was good.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Talking about PlayStation games. Kind of a weird one.
Yeah, neither of us were like PlayStation 1 people.
Yeah, but so. It begs to be talked about for sure.
Yes,
it is a console that existed, and therefore we should talk about it. If we miss any games that you guys enjoyed, please let us know. I'd be happy to look into them and kind of do a deep dive into that. If you guys haven't, play Symphony of the Night. Play Oddworld. Play Stranger's Wrath.
Yes.
They just
absolutely.
Richard, you were saying they just got remastered.
Not Stranger's Wrath, but the Oddworlds.
Ah, fuck
or
that.
The
fuck
Abe's,
that.
the Abe ones.
Boo. Boo.
Sorry,
Munch's Odyssey and Stranger's Wrath were the ones to play. So,
hey, Corey, we are on YouTube now.
Yes.
So, would you like to do the thing that everybody on YouTube does?
Oh, no, but I will. We're supposed to do it at the beginning of the video. Hey guys, please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications.
There it is.
I that's not rehearsed. You just hear it like 1,000 times, or don't. I eat spicy shit on my spare time. Haven't done it in a while. If you guys ever want to eat some spicy shit and get it recorded and look like a fool on YouTube, go ahead and follow SaltPitt and send me a message. Hit the subscribe button.
Damn, that was tight, dude. That was 2 shameless self-promotions.
Yeah. So, anyways, have a great night. Thanks for listening to our podcast. And
thank you for joining us.
And Jizzle Physics. Hopefully, Jizzle Physics merch coming on the way.
All right, bye.